Okay, we're live. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We're going to give YouTube, like always, a few minutes to actually go out and let everybody know that we are live and that we're on the air. I'm going to put the call in number in the chat. You have to excuse us today. This week is my off week. I'm taking this week off. I'm off until the beginning of the year. But I got the guys in here repainting the place and getting the place put back together because we're gonna have classes starting back next month. So they're in here bringing it back to life because we've done some work. We had to bust out the floor and just doing stuff in here, getting ready. So there this week I got the guys in here repainting and stuff. So you see the boxes and stuff behind me. They're just moving stuff out the way. And like I say, we're getting it ready for next week, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I have the beginning portions of the hiring a VA. I have that out for you all this week for Christmas. So that module will be out. The hiring of the VAs, and then before the end of the year, I have the QuickBooks done. We have QuickBooks out, and that'll be everything that we needed. I got to probably Wednesday with the flipping of appliances. I done it a little different. I actually took the young guys that helped me and that works in here, and I showed them how to flip, and so they flipping appliances now. So we're gonna probably do an interview with them on Wednesday. I'll do like an interview with them and just talk about them about the success they've seen so far with flipping appliances and whatnot. And I'll be releasing that course too. That will be after the new year. That's when I kind of pushed in and added. And so they actually got started really. They got everything fixed, and they've been selling. Matter of fact, I think they got one appliance left to sell, and they've been flipping appliances, and they really loving it. One of them came in this morning, and he said he dreamed about appliances. So I was happy about that. They're doing well, so I'm gonna do an interview with them probably on Wednesday after they finish painting everything. We'll sit down and we'll do an interview together. And once again, I want to thank everybody for all the support. I want to thank JT for what he helped put together for introducing me to YouTube. And I want to thank all of the ABC crew. Like I said, we finally completed a whole cycle. Most of the people now, a whole year. We pretty much got started May of 2019, but we really didn't really start pushing stuff and then do the online and all that stuff and I didn't start the channel really until December of 2019. So we came all the way through a whole year, whole cycle, and we've done some great things. We've grown by leap and bounds, put together a lot of entrepreneurs and stuff. So it's been very good, very good. And I just want to thank everybody for everything that they've done to help this channel grow, to help the whole ABC brand grow. Now, when people are talking about appliance repair, appliance boot camp is right there in the mix with some of the other larger name, more established schools. A lot of people are now with the Fred's Appliance Universities and the Dryer Academy. We get mentioned quite a bit too. So I want to thank everybody for that to be able to be mentioned along with those schools. And once again, today we're gonna be talking about cash flow. I've been seeing a lot of people on Facebook and other places talking about cash flow. I've been seeing a lot of it coming up on other channels too, not appliance channels, but just on business channels. We're getting close to the end of the year, and a lot of people are starting to uh, look more at their finances, making moves. You're seeing people starting to purchase stuff, and you see me purchase a couple of things at the end of the year. You see how much cash you got and how much you need to take over into the next year. And if you got something you need, you can play something you can play with a little bit. This is the time you go out and you buy those toys and do some of the things that you might have planned. So you that's where we're at, and I've seen a lot of people talking about cash flow. And that's why I want to let everybody know. I'm saying with the third party warranty companies, people are the third party warranty companies now are starting to push, and they always push. Somebody asked me earlier, did I get pushback when I first started my business with asking them to supply me with parts? And I still get pushback. They don't want to do it. Everybody wants to hold on to their cash. You. It's a study that show the longer people hold on to their, longer you hold on to your money, or somebody hold your money, the less purchasing power that it has. I think every 15 days you might lose 10% of its purchasing power. So meaning if I owe you $1,000, as soon as you finish the job and I gave you that $1,000 have a huge purchasing power. If you have to wait 10 days of running me down and I give you that $1,000, it doesn't have as much impact on you as it did if I would have gave it to you exactly when you finish. And a lot of companies know that. There ain't a lot of them. Everybody know that. So that's why you see with them, they give you these deals where they say, okay, uh, they want to pay you in 30 days, net 30. And now there are a lot of people now saying, hey, I can't wait 30 days. I want my money now. They still want to get that purchasing power and get and collect that benefit of holding that cash. So now they say, I'll pay you in 3 days, but you got to give me some percentages back because I don't want to give up all of my purchasing, all that increase of purchasing power I used to get. So now they owe you money, but just imagine if your friend done that. If you went to your friend, or a cash customer, if you go to a COD customer, you fix their dryer and you tell them, hey, you owe me $250, and they say, okay, I'll pay you right now. But if I pay you right now, you better give me 5% off, or otherwise, you come back in 30 days. You wouldn't take that. Or same thing. If say for instance, like my mechanic that I'm having to resto my truck. If he tells me how much it's going to be for his labor to do what I need to have done to my truck. So his labor is cheaper than the parts that are needed for the truck. So suppose I told him, okay, go ahead and you buy all the parts for the truck, and once you get done, I'll pay you 30 days later, and you better give me a discount or I'll pay you. If you give me a discount, I'll pay you within 5 days of you completing my truck. It doesn't work like that. He's not gonna finance my hobby and my dream. If I want to get the truck done, he give me a list of parts. He give me a parts list, everything that I need to buy, and he said, "This is how much money I need to go purchase your parts, and this is how much money is going towards labor to get you to this point right here." And so that's how you pay, and that's the way I do with my COD calls. I go CODs when we first go out to the customer house. We give them a price to repair their appliance. So if we tell the price is $300, they say yes, we want to get repaired. We get 150. Then we're not going to go finance their parts. They pay us 150. We go buy the parts, come back, put the parts on. They give us the remaining money. And that's the same way I do with my mechanics. That's the same way I do with my subs. That's the way business operate. Unfortunately, a lot of companies, bigger companies, they know when you're first coming in as you're a new company. They know that you're coming out of an employee mindset, meaning that you don't want to do anything to lose your job and not get hired. So you're afraid to push back. You're afraid to tell them, "Nah, you send me the part." I ain't giving no explanation. They ask me why I can't get it. Just tell. I ain't gonna be there telling them, "Oh, I ain't got the money. I ain't got the cash. Can you?" No, I ain't gonna do that. Hey, I can't find the part. Just send me the part. Or you can tell them, hey, I don't have a local supplier. Just send me the part. It's their customer. If they want to have it done, they'll send you the part. If they can't send you the part, then I say, okay, just pay me what you owe me, my 125, and they'll find somebody else to do it. I'm not gonna. You got a multi-million-dollar company sitting there with millions of dollars in revenue and millions of dollars in a holding account. And here you are, a one-man show. You ain't got $200 in your account, and you're trying to finance their business for them. That's not going to work. even if they give you the markup on the prices, they're not giving you that markup to help you out. They know the markup that they give you is still less than what they save by not supplying the parts, because they got cash flow. They get to hold their cash. You're going to take your cash and go out there and finance their jobs and stuff for them, and they get to hold the cash until you get completed and stuff. They still make more money off of holding that cash than giving you that 15-20% markup. They know that. So with me, I don't supply the third party warranties companies parts, because I want to hold my cash flow to do the things that I want to do. And like I say, even though it's major companies, I had two major companies go out of business on me. I had who was it? H Gregg. They were huge. They came in kind of like the same time Best Buy did, huge. They went out of business overnight, and I went there, couldn't get my money. I had a Sears Outlet Center. I had them go out of business on me and couldn't get my money. So just because it's a big company, don't mean that they ain't having the financial problems, and they not gonna go out of business, not gonna get paid, and you're not gonna get paid. So I'm gonna reduce my risk of having my money out there on, especially on their stuff, getting their jobs done. Now if you get a larger, once you get it, especially if you got one or two man shop, I'm not gonna buy nobody parts, 1 or 2 man shop. I'm not gonna buy if it's something like a thermal fuse or something like that we got on the truck, yeah, I'll put that on it for a couple of dollars, but I'm gonna have them mail me another thermal fuse. They're gonna send me another thermal fuse to put back on my truck. But I'm not gonna be buying no $300 control board, no $100 and $200 control board for them. If they want me to have it, they send it to me. And they send me the control board. If they send me the wrong part, that's on them. I gave them the part number, they sent the wrong part. I'm not gonna be supplying their parts. Um, Let me see here. Um, Somebody had wrote me a note. Sorry about that. I'm looking. One of the subs came through today, and I'm looking. He wrote me a note. Okay. All right. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a little brain cramp. He had wrote me a note, and I was just reading it. Okay. The other thing too, like I said, with the cash flow, it doesn't take much cash flow to in this business that we do, for you to actually to retire. So that's why cash flow is good. It's very good, because it doesn't take much for you to actually get out. And once you get to a point where you're actually in control of your cash flow, and what I mean by you in control of your cash flow, uh, the subs that work for me, when they, all the jobs they do, our pay period goes from um, Thursday to Wednesday of the next day. All those jobs, by the time Wednesday come, I already got the money ready to pay them for their jobs. I haven't came up my pocket at all. And the money and stuff that they're pulling for collecting service fees and all that. It's enough cash to do everything. So I don't have to come out my pocket and go to my bank account for anything. When payroll come, I got all that money ahead of time, and it's just in time. So now I don't have to worry about no payroll issues and stuff, because I'm not taking my cash flow going out buying $300 and $400 worth of control boards. You doing If you got 2 or 3 subs running for you, and they doing 5 to 6 calls per day, and you are out there, you paying cash for these control boards and these parts. It don't take long before your all your cash flow is gone. And I'm not going to go up there and have no parts account and be charging parts all up on these have these huge charge accounts at the parts house and waiting on them to pay me my money. I've seen too many people show up to the parts counter and can't get parts because they behind on their bills. Because what happens if you go out there and you start charging parts and stuff on your parts on your account, what's eventually going to what happens a lot of time, you get paid that money, and you instead of you paying off all your parts that you ordered, you trying to flip that money, or trying to skate over to the next time to come back and catch up. You're paying just the minimum due. You're not paying all of it off, and you get to a point when you hit a slow time in the season, you ain't got enough money to pay your parts and continue living your life. So you end up getting behind on your parts account, and they end up cutting your parts off. So I don't even have a charge account. I'm strictly cash at the parts house. And like I say, because the way I do it, I'm never starved for cash. I have cash to make the business run. And like I say, with this business that we're in, it's a business that can get you out and retired early. You don't have to have a large sum of money. Appliance repair generates enough cash that you can be retired in a couple of years. When I say retired, I don't mean you have $300,000 in the bank and you got a large lump sum of money. But once you get to the point where you strictly own cash flow, making sure you get the cash coming in, you'll then realize that you can have one or two subs, and those one or two subs is enough to actually make it so you don't have to go back out there and work. I've been semi-retired since my early 30s. What I'm doing now is pretty much what I've been doing since my early 30s. Once I figured out, I had a guy show me about the cash flow. Matter of fact, it was the guy who the car salesman. He showed me about cash flow. That you don't have to have a lot of cash. You just need to make sure you got enough cash flow to cover your monthly nut that you need to pay. And so I'm gonna show you right now with a appliance repair. And this is what I've done since I was about like 32, 33, I think. I've been out the rat race, and let me see from here. I'll show you pretty much what you can do with appliance. This is my numbers too. These are my numbers right here. Let's see. Okay, let me get it. Okay. So these right here are my numbers. So if you're doing third party warranty, when the first time they go out to the customer house, we charge 1.5 hours, which is $125, at $85 a pop. And see, that's the thing too. Um, uh, I only gonna bill them out $125 for my repairs, because I don't want my total to go above 250. 250. By the time they add in their parts and all that, it keeps me right up under the actual cost per call, to keep calls coming to me. Now, I'd never be a preferred vendor. I get the trash calls. I no, I get the overflow calls. I don't care, because I'm not building my company off of third party warranties. If I get 3 or 4 calls a day, or so off of them to fill in gaps, that's all I need. When I was actually running by myself, all I needed was maybe 2 or 3 of them. That's all I needed to make to fill out 5 days, 5 calls for a whole day. You don't need but 2 or 3 service calls. And what happened the first week, you have 2 or 3 stops, but the second and third week, you be going back putting parts on. So you'll get 125 to put the part on, then you be getting 125 for the first time you're going out. Then some of them you'll get first time complete, you'll get 250, but you're gonna average about 125 per stop. And all I'm doing is 5 stops. So I'm gonna multiply that by 5. And so in a day's time, um, you make two $625 per day. That's good money if you just want to do it by yourself. No, that's great money if you're just doing that by yourself. That's 150,000. You might as well say a year that you can make, and it's doable. I done that for years and still do it for years. So now I'm gonna pay a sub. You pay a sub uh, $50 per stop. This is gonna be max. You'll start off paying them less than that. But once he'll max out about 250 per stop. And I'll supply the vans and all that, and do all the maintenance on the van. So he's gonna do 5 stops. Um, that's how I'm getting this 250. So that's how much I'm paying my subs per day. I'm paying him 250 per day. So that's going to leave me with $375 per day. And now I'll multiply that times five, and that'll give me 1875 per week. Then I'll multiply that times 52, and that'll give me 975 per year. All right. And you don't have to have a bunch of subs. That's just one sub out there. I multiply that times two. If I got two subs, that's all you got. That's how much you're getting per year. And two subs is not hard for you to manage. It's not hard for you to manage. Two subs, you'll wake up in the morning. If you follow my blueprint, two subs. You wake up in the morning about 5:30 in the morning. You can drop their route sheet into their Dropbox, and from there I add their calls over to Zoho. That's it. And they run out and do their calls. I go to I'm back in my routine now. I'm slowing down now, getting back into my old routine. After I do that, I go to the gym. I'm back into the gym now. So I go to the gym, work out for 2 hours, come back. I'm refreshed. I'm happy. It's 10:30, 11 o'clock. I can then, if I was still putting in my service calls and stuff like that, I then come in and put my service calls in. Take me an hour and a half to order all my parts. 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'm totally done with Sneed Electrical and Appliance. From 1 to 4 to 1 to 5, I got time now to think. I got time to actually go look at other businesses. I got time now to go meet with other business owners. I got time to actually study and actually find out how to make more money, because now these guys are going out and creating supporting me and creating jobs and stuff for me. I got time now to sit and think and be around other business owners who's actually out here thinking and talking about business. I got time now to go to the Chamber of Commerce. I got time to go meet everything I need to run my business. I got time to do that, and that's the other thing too. I'm gonna do a show about this right here. Um, as African Americans, we gotta realize that you can whatchamacall. Thinking is actually working. When I say a lot of times as African Americans, we don't think because I'm not out there in the actual truck riding around fixing the actual dryer. Um, we only consider that the labor part as work. We don't think actually sitting there thinking is actual work. Thinking is work. For me to actually the last 2 days, I want to thank everybody who bought popcorn and stuff from Old Fashioned Ice Cream. I really appreciate that. But for the last 2 to 3 days, I've been having to sit around and figure out how to do this shipping, how to actually get the price point correct, what boxes to use, going to the post office, weighing stuff and coming back, seeing how much popcorn I need to put in each bag to get it up under the weight. So all that stuff I have to do ahead of time and think about it. And people think that's not work. That's hard work when you start doing that. Because the thinking that I do up front is going to reflect how much revenue we have on the back end. So I have to put all that together. Then I got to monitor it and make sure it works. Then I got to make sure I put it in a manner so that the employees know how to do it and that it can be reproduced over and over and over. And so then I have to. That's the stuff that you have to do, and so that's work too. And that's something that we're gonna have to actually talk about uh, in the African American community, that thinking is actually working. We've been so deprogrammed to think that if you're not physically doing something, you're not working. But thinking is working also. we're gonna read a little bit what we got going on. And like I said, it's the holidays, uh, so I'm not gonna be too long. I'm actually supposed to be off this week, so I might be getting a call saying, "I thought you were off this week. What you doing?" Okay. Hey, how you doing, DCNF? What's going on? Kevin, what's going on, man? Sega Phonics. Hey, how you doing, family? King K, Mike, ABC fan, what's good? Forgot it was Monday. Yeah. All right. Hey, how you doing, Marcus Harris? Picture Man, James X. Uh, Osei, what's up, Mike? I had a oh, way to go. He had $1,100. Merry Christmas, man. $1,100 today. That's great, man. Yeah, I'm on a teacher's holiday schedule. Yep. Hey, how you doing, Quentin Hodge? Hey, how you doing, Lamar? Terry Henry, how you doing, man? Great video I saw you put up earlier today. Uh, Greg B, hey, what up, Jaguar Sneak? Yeah, if you don't know, I went out and, like I said, in a year, I had a little bit of money that I needed to do something with, and I whatchamacallit, I went out and I didn't spend a lot of money for no car, but I went out and bought something that I can play around with, something that I don't mind. Uh, it ain't something that I would feel bad if something really happened to it. I ain't gonna be crying if I had went out and bought the Lamborghini or I paid 100,000 for the 911 Turbo. I'd be upset if something happened to it. But I went out and something I could pay cash for. I paid cash for it. Something that I can take out to the racetrack. So you're gonna see next year. I'm gonna be going out to the Virginia International Raceway, and they got a North Carolina like car association up in Garrisburg, North Carolina. Both tracks are like an hour and a half away from me. And this is not the drag strip. I done a drag strip. I don't want to do that anymore when I was younger. But this is actually like the road racing. So and where they do road racing and stuff, where you actually making turns left and rights and stuff like Formula One, like. So you be able to do, you go out there and I'm gonna get into the car club. You go out there and they have a couple of days. Every quarter, every couple of months, where you can bring your high performance sports cars out there, and they'll teach you. You get a professional driver, and they'll teach you how to drive, and you can go out there then and really push the cars and see what they do, and do it in a controlled environment where I don't have to worry about no deer coming out, no drunk driver, nobody crossing in front of me, and don't have to worry about getting no speeding ticket. So we'll go. I'm gonna go out there. And get into doing that. And that's gonna be one of my midlife crisis thing. I'm gonna try that, see how it goes. If I like it, I'll do some mods to the car, and then if I continue to like it, then maybe then I might step up and get something a little bit more powerful and a lot more performance driven. But I want to see if I like doing this first. Like I said, I got a friend that has the Ferrari, and he does that. And got a couple of friends that got Porsches that go up there and do that. So I'm gonna go out there and hang out there with them for a little while, and just ride and enjoy it. Because we don't read them boys and Selma Lucky, every little boy needs to rest to Uncle Mike. Yeah, you would think you would think they was lucky, but they I'm gonna do an interview with them. You would think that, but you have to stay on top of them. They just like all of us were at that age in our early 20s. You have to stay on top of them. Hey, how you doing, Miss Ward? Miss Ward in the building. Um, uh, yeah, I saw Fred starting to do some online courses too. Everybody's going online, especially with the COVID and stuff. And like I say, we starting back doing the live events in January. All right, King K, that's crazy. It's been a year. It seems like I've been listening over a year, but it's only been 6 months. Yeah, it's been a wild, crazy ride. It's been a great ride too. It's been fun to see the growth, to see all the entrepreneurs. I wish I could show all the messages I get and all the phone calls I get during the day of people who calling and they're doing so well. They're everybody is making great money and stuff now, and it's great. And like I say, uh, the last couple of weeks, I've been able to do some things and have some fun. And some things I in the past I felt I felt a little I didn't feel right about doing it. That's another. There's so much stuff we have as African Americans that we have to address. But uh, one of the things about us, we gravitate towards the struggle so much. Brian Tracy, you remember I done the 1,000% formula the other day. And that's one of the things that people always ask me why I don't never say the bad stuff. All I talk about is the good stuff. I talk about the good stuff all the time. I need to talk more about all the bad stuff that happens. Well, what happens when you talk about the bad stuff, it actually starts to your mind focus. That's what Brian Tracy tells you. Don't worry about the bad stuff because your mind actually focus on that bad stuff, and it'll actually draw more of that stuff to you. Honestly, it will. You start thinking about that, it start drawing all that stuff towards you, and it starts to attract more of that stuff to you. So that's why you notice I always talk about the great stuff with appliance repair, all the great stuff that's going on, and all the great stuff that happened to me in appliance repair. I can't go on and talk about all the bad stuff that happened, but who wants to talk about the bad stuff all the time? We don't hear enough bad stuff. Let's talk about all the great stuff that you can get from appliance repair and from being your own business owner. Because I can tell you, of all the bad stuff that happened, and they don't bad because I think about it now, it was a learning experience, and I can laugh about it now, so it wasn't bad. But all those opportunities I had to learn something, I wouldn't change them not one bit. I wouldn't change them not one bit. Everything that I went through, it prepared me to get to where I'm at right now, where I can actually now come in and tell you all how to get past that stuff because I've been there, and it's funny that I went through all that. So now when somebody come and they got issues, somebody say, "Hey, I got child support." I can tell you how to do that because I went through that. All that stuff that I thought was the worst thing ever, it turned out to be the best thing because now I can actually tell you how to get out of it because I was in that same situation. So we have to, as our people, we got to start being more comfortable with sharing some of the blessings and stuff that we have. Now, I have a great childhood friend, and we talk about this, and he tells me all the time, man, you need to go ahead and enjoy life and get out there more because what happened, we don't actually celebrate entrepreneurship in African American community like we should. And so the kids don't be attracted to it. Um, Unfortunately, the we'll say the drug dealers. We'll just say drug dealers or whatever. They're good at showing the great side of being a drug dealer. Now, everybody know the worst part about it. They know you're going to go to jail. You know you're going to get killed. But that side that they show, that little glimpse of glamour that they get for a couple of years, people are saying, I'm willing to throw everything else away just to have that for 2 years. I give everything. I don't mind if I'm going to get killed. I don't mind if I'm going to go to prison. If I could just live that for 2 years, then I'm okay. But we don't, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, we live. I've been living that lifestyle since here I am 48 now. I've been living it since I was in my 30s, early 30s. So 18 years now. I've been able to live the lifestyle that I've lived now. But on the same note, I haven't never really showed that lifestyle of me doing that because one, you get to the point where you think you start to feel like that you might be boasting, and then we have this thing where we say you bragging, so some bad gonna happen to you. God don't like it because you're now being boastful, and he gonna bring you back down to level, bring you back down to size. All this stuff that we tell ourselves to keep us from the entrepreneurs, business people from actually showing that side. Now, do I want to go out now that I can afford? I can pretty much afford to do whatever I want to do. Do I want to do it? Nah, I don't. It's the fact that when you can't do it, you want to do it, but when you can afford to do it, you might not have the desire to do it. I don't have the desire to do it. Like I say, I went there. I thought about Two cars. The F type. Well, three cars I really looked at. The F type Jaguar, the Corvette, the C8 Corvette, and the Porsche 911 Turbo. And I realized real quick, hey, I gotta get. That's why I'm running now, getting back, trying to get back in shape. I can't fit in that. Those sports cars is not made for a 48-year-old out of shape young old man. I say hey, I can't get in and out this thing. That's why I'm losing weight now. That was an eye opener that I need to lose weight. And like I say, I have some friends that's getting older, and they're starting to have some complications. And I got to get myself back in shape. So this year is going to be a year I'm getting myself physically back in shape. But I could get any of those I want, but I bought what I want, and then after I paid for it, and I paid cash for my car. After I paid for it, 5 miles up the road, maybe 120, maybe 130 miles per hour, I had it out my system. I said, "Damn, I want my money back." The thrill of it had left. I much rather have my cash back then. And now that I'm talking to my friends and we're planning to actually go out there and do some racing, and I've been looking at some racing stuff and trying to get in tune with the car. Now it's beginning to be fun. It's not so much I bought this and I'm not going to have fun with it. It's going to be something I'm going to have fun to go out there and do. But going back to us as African Americans, we need to start showing that side, showing people how to enjoy their lives, how you can do it responsibly, and not be detrimental to your family. Like I say, me going out here doing stuff that I'm starting to do now, I got my retirements and stuff taken care of. I got my houses taken care of. I got my I pay for my kids to go to college and all that. So all that stuff is good. My family's taken care of. So I'm not doing something being irresponsible. I'm actually pretty well off. And like I say, that's another thing too. That ice cream parlor. I'm gonna be releasing that course next year along with the gourmet popcorn. Those things right there, man. Those are little money generators. It's not like appliance repair. It's not like it's nowhere near appliance repair, but it's every time you open those doors, it's a constant $300 to $400 that you getting in at the end of the month, end of the day, and that can do somebody retirement. Same thing. If you get one or two subs, you retired. And you ain't gotta have no huge company. If you just manage those one or two subs efficiently and keep them happy. Um, no, how many people making $250 a day? Especially if they don't have a college degree and stuff like that. Not many people. So you're giving them a great salary too. You know, so they're doing good, and then eventually, when they get to a point where it's time for them to move on, you let them move on and start their own business, and you bring another young man in, and you teach them. That's enough money for a young man to, like I say, get him a Mustang, get him an apartment, get him a motorcycle, and he can have him two or three girlfriends and be good until he turned about 30. Once he turned about 30, then it's time for him to go find his own job and stuff. But you have mentored him through then, and then you go find a couple more young men. But yeah, so this is a great field. This is a great field, and you don't have to be a huge company. You can be a small, like I'm a small, efficient company. I don't want a bunch of techs anymore. I can manage two to. I like to manage maybe one. Really, I like to just be myself and just do it 3 days out the week and 2 days out the week and be done. But I can manage one to four techs pretty easy with my system, and it doesn't require a lot of work for me. And you could be anywhere in the world. Just think, you could be anywhere in the world, and with technology today, and manage those techs. You could, and they wouldn't even know. They would even know. A couple of times, especially last week. No, when I was out, I actually traveled quite a bit last week. Didn't nobody know I traveled quite a bit last week, going to look at looking at different cars, because the cars I'm looking for is pretty. They're not going to be where you can just go find them anywhere. So there's a couple of places I had to catch a plane, catch the train and go there. It's funny too. That's the thing too. You show up. I don't know if anybody ever went out and you went to like a exotic car place. Exotic car place is this is the first time I've done it. It's different than going to the regular car lot. You have to actually make an appointment. So I make an appointment when I get there. Before you get there, you gotta make sure they're not gonna let you jump in no Porsche 911 and just test drive it and bring it back, putting miles on it and all that. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They gonna you come there. At least the ones I went to the last couple of weeks. You go there. They're gonna verify that you got the funds to pay for it. If you're getting financing, they want to make sure that they're gonna be like a house. Let's see how much you can finance for. If you're gonna pay cash, I had to show that I had the ability to pay cash before they would actually allow me to get into the cars and drive them. The cars that I wanted, but it's almost it's funny. It's almost like you've been a high roller at going into Vegas or something. You come in out of town, they have somebody pick you up. You get there, they go over the car, show you everything, show you all the records and this, and then they'll tell you, hey, go take it for a ride and come back. Some of them went with me. The first couple of times I had never, if you've never driven a fast car, a real fast car, they'll let one of the guys go with you to help you tell you about it and make sure you don't hurt yourself. To be honest. So after that, after I've done it a couple of times and I got used to the cars, I would tell them, yeah, I've rode it. I know about what to expect, and then they'll let you go out and test it out. But yeah, it was a great feeling to come into town just to try to drive a car and then get back on and come back in the same day. This first time I had done that and experienced that, and it was great. It was a great feeling. I think everybody should experience it one time. I'm used to going up there to the state surplus and buying a $3,000 car and whatnot. But that was the first time I done that, and it was a great feeling to go through. Like I say, I heard Glendon Cameron say this. He went out and he bought him a Porsche. And he bought two in the last couple of months. He bought one. I think he traded up and bought another one. I've heard him say it. It can be addictive, and I think it could become addictive because what happened as you get more into the forums and you get more into the. I don't know if he's going to be doing any racing or anything. But now that I'm looking more into the racing part and I'm getting ready to race, I'm seeing stuff that I would like to do before I step out there. So it becomes addictive where you want to have a little bit more what they call need for speed. You want to get a little bit more power, and I think it's going to be fun to do this on a budget. I'm not going to be out here like my buddy with the Ferraris and stuff, but I'm gonna do it on the budget, and I think it'll be pretty fun. And the only way I can do this is through appliance repair. Who in the world would think putting a wash machine coupler on would afford you to to be able to do this? But it does. Entrepreneurship affords you to do this. Okay. Let's see here. Mike, I went to look at a building Saturday. It was 1,200 a month. I think I'm going to get it. Oh, go ahead, Greg B. What are you going to be doing? You going to be flipping appliances out of it, or what you going to do? Let me know what you're going to do with it. Yeah, JT, very intelligent for a young man his age. Yeah, JT in his early 30s, and he's out the rat race too. Great. You got some networking going on. See it. What's up, Mike? How would a new course affect the people who was grandfathered in at 500? Well, you still got access. You got those who pay the people who pay 500. You all make all this possible. So yeah, you definitely got access to everything because it won't for you all. You all. That's the other thing too. You all has just as much part of making Appliance Bootcamp operate as I did, because you all went through the process and helped me fine tune it. If it weren't for you all taking it and going out there and finding the kinks and kicking the holes in it and giving me the feedback, and I still get feedback from everybody. If it wasn't for you all, none of this would be here. None of this will be here. And that's the thing too. Is Appliance Bootcamp perfect? Am I perfect? Is my company perfect? No, it's not. It's not. Far from it. But it does get you in the door. So many people have came through here to get into the door entrepreneurship. It gets you in the door, and then once you get in the door, you now go out and you look at all the other things that people have to offer. Don't just stop at Appliance Bootcamp. Go take Appliancetology. Go take TMM academics. Go down there to Dryer Academy. Go look at everybody's teaching method. Learn from everybody. And this thing where you think you're gonna find something for free, forget about that. Invest in yourself. You'll get that money back. Y'all make enough money now where y'all can get it back. Y'all spending $1,000 on y'all learning now. That's not any money for you all now. $1,000 is nothing. You all make that back in no time. So you constantly keep growing and constantly you pull from everybody. You pull from everybody, and it makes you better because everybody does something a little different than I do. And you want to learn from all those masters. Go to Ashley's and get around. Get around the real appliance owners. You can go there and you can be around Dean Landers. You can be around Paul McDonald and all of those guys. Dr. Appliance. Matter of fact, Dr. Appliance, happy belated birthday if you watching up in New York. You be around all those guys, and those guys are the industry leaders who put this stuff together. And you can go there and get all that knowledge from them. So you go there and spend that money to get around those guys and make your business better. Because a lot of you all, it started off, I was showing you all appliance repair stuff, but a lot of y'all have caught up and passed me now, business-wise and everything. Seriously, there's a lot of alumni that has came and that's now is no longer. We're peers with a lot of. I'm peers with a lot of alumni now, because they have came up and their business have taken off. Their business operates better than my business. Honest to God, there's some of the alumni here who need to be teaching business courses because they got their businesses so efficient and so well tuned that they're good. They're good. And so so that's the way it's supposed to be. And like I say, Appliance Bootcamp, all we done. I just took the little stuff that I done and the little formulas that I had put together that made me be able to retire in my early 30s and with 1 or 2 subs. That's the only thing I taught you all. Just my little formula, my little blueprint that I done. And I know it worked because it's been working for me for 20 years. So I knew it would work. Now, am I making you the super tech and you can go out here and you can calculate superheat and sub cool and all that? No, I ain't doing all that. I'm teaching you how to fix it, and then from there it's up to you to go and develop the rest of the technicians and stuff, your technical knowledge. There's a lot better teachers out there for your technical knowledge that I would suggest that you go out there and do. That's not my forte. My forte is to take you from employee to entrepreneurship, get you going and thinking like a business owner, and go. I personally, I don't care to be the best technician that ever was in appliance repair. I love appliance repair. I love it. I love it with all my heart. But I love business. I love business more than I love appliance repair. So with me, I'm always gonna be a serial entrepreneur. I'm gonna always be jumping in and out of businesses and stuff, and living life. Now, this life is so fun right now. You don't how fun it is right now, where I got hundreds of people that I can talk to about business. Just think how you all are. You all talk all day on Facebook about business. Y'all talk in y'all individual groups all day to each other about business. Just think 15, 20 years ago, you had nobody. You didn't have no Facebook. You didn't have nobody around you that knew anything about business. You had nobody you could talk to. and you were out there by yourself, and and you felt like an outcast, and it was lonely. You felt like if you want strong, you will actually have people will actually convince you that you were crazy back in the day when you was talking entrepreneurship. When I was telling people, even though I was retired, I was retired, and I would tell people I'm retired. They said, but you're not for 30, 31. Yeah, but I'm retired. You crazy. You can't, you're not, I was retired. And nobody could, because everybody thought you had to be old to be retired. And even down to my wife, when and my immediate family, I told them I was retired. They was like, well, we don't have $1 million cash. No, we don't, but I don't have to go to work. That's just for right now. But what happened is people would say, but what, you need to go to work for what? What happened if you get sick and you can't go? Well, I don't go now. If I get sick, what's going to happen? You never know. You need to be out there working. So unfortunately, I got in a bad car accident, and I couldn't work for like 6 months or more. And my business never stopped. I actually made more money when I was laid in the bed than I did when I was out there and looking at it, because I paid more attention to my numbers and made it more efficient. But so now you all are pushing for that. You all now you all know, hey, I can get out of here. I can get out of this thing. And I can be retired in a couple of months. And you got a lot of people that's encouraging you all to go. 678, you're on. 678, you're on.
Uncle Mike, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing? Because we don't read.
I'm good, man. Sorry to interrupt you. You was on the roll.
No, you're great. You're great. You're great.
No, I just called to just thank you, man. I got another letter in the mail from Navy Federal, and my bank's still looking good, man. It's just, I'm used to seeing a certain number, and it was just so shockingly pleasing to see that I have the ability to make legal, clean money, and my life is getting better. I bought another business too. Like you said, we're venturing out. It's getting good, man. It's getting good, sir. And I just want to say, hey, shout out to the ABC family, all the listeners. But man, we love you so much. You've done all of this for us. And so I don't have nothing large to say, but man, it's such a blessing to know you. And that's what I was saying about them little kids. Them little kids, man, if I knew, I would tell every one of the little knuckleheads, just go down there and sit down. Just sit down. He gonna tell you how to start a business sooner or later. If you just sit around him long enough, you're gonna have some type of something that'll bless your family, man. So, but anyway, I just want to tell you I love you and I thank you. I ain't got nothing else. Shout out to DC and F, all slick, all y'all, all them names. I don't want to miss nobody. I love all y'all. I appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you. It's working good for me. Just following your steps.
There you go. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. All
right, so,
and I'm so proud of y'all, man. I am. I'm so proud.
Yeah. Hey, listen, just keep going. Every time you build something, I'm gonna try to make that brick right behind you. That's we're gonna have to bribe Mrs. Sneed to go and let you be a billionaire, so we can go ahead and get in these multi-millions or something. I don't know what we're gonna have to do, but I think that you should be a billionaire. I don't know why. I just believe that. Like, you should have all the nice cars. You can't do a whole bunch of good and a whole bunch of other good not flow on top of you. So I only want to see super max deals. I want to see $100 million. I want to see you buy Selma. You know what I'm saying? Just buy it and put your face right on a big clock tower or something, because you deserve that. People, families being, Christmases is being happening. You know how many Christmases you blessed this year, man? I don't even do Christmas, nothing like that. But how many people could say, my kids can have everything they want in the middle of a catastrophe? So it's been a blessing. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. Go on, get back to the good knowledge, sir. Appreciate the game.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in.
No problem. Peace.
Fix it. Are you going to introduce Appliance Bootcamp course to the principal and his students in his school? That's crazy. No, after the show, we sat and we talked quite a bit. It wasn't he was one principal here. We actually had three principals here when we done that show, and they came here to actually look at Appliance Bootcamp. So I asked him. I said, "Well, y'all can jump on if you want," but he was the only one that actually jumped on. The other two, they're like, "Nah, no, you know how education should be." So I said, "I won't say anything about your school, where you at, and stuff." So, but afterwards, all of us sat down and talked, and it went great. And I got a text from them earlier today. They're gonna come back on Wednesday, and we're gonna talk further about this thing, about what we're doing. So that's great. I also got some stuff in the work with some other companies. I have a meeting tomorrow. I'll be able to go further into that. Some companies are looking to actually do some recruiting with for appliance repair people and and installers. I don't want to go further in depth with it. Right, I don't want to go too far with it right now because we meet tomorrow. So after my meeting tomorrow, and I get more knowledge in it. It's a company. It's a fairly large company looking to do some recruiting. So we might be able to uh, funnel our appliance boot camp people through there. I'll find out more of that tomorrow. I've been reached out by them to actually. It's a major company looking to give out some contracts, doing some stuff. Oh, Greg B said he's the ratio box savage 454 is big blocks. Okay. When it comes to third party warranty company, uh, what do you have a crappy rep? Is it a way to request another one, or you are stuck with the one you have currently? Asking for a friend? Nah, just go on hold and find you another one. Find it, you know. Uh, Man, it's almost like if you got if you ain't married, but you got a girlfriend that ain't acting right, just put it on hold and go find you another one. Same thing with the third party rep. Go find you another one, and eventually the reps leave after about 6 months. They don't stay long, so they'll move, go to another territory, or they leave and go do something else. And then the new rep will come back in, and they'll start calling, trying to repair the relationship that person messed up. And they call you, give the new one a chance. Hey, Dale Scott said I'm always dropping knowledge. Thank. Okay. Let's see here. Realtor credit. I don't. Evidently, he done made some people mad, but he asked one question: do you give an exact price for the labor before you do the work to the customer? Yeah. I give them the blue book price before I do anything. Garage repair installation. Amazing how they refurbish those appliances, making them look like new. I look at appliances on the street a whole new way now. Yeah, you can make the appliances look like new and make money. It's good money in it. That's what the young guys they came in telling me. They said they can't believe how many phone calls they're getting about those appliances. They said their phone rings nonstop. And what they've been doing, they have the guys come here and pick up the appliances, and then they have them drop off. They doing a gauge method where they give them like a $10 or $15 credit if they bring the old appliance in. So that's what they're doing. They're flipping it out of the appliance boot camp studio. So they fix them here, and then they're flipping them out, and they have the people come here and pick them up. So it's working pretty good for them. And I'm not paying them. I told them, I said, I give y'all these appliances to start, but I'm not paying you no more. This is you go make I can make your own money, and they're doing it. They're doing. I'm very proud of them. Are people making good money with the blender course? Right now, it's not blender season. A lot of and with COVID, a lot of the places like Tropical Smoothie Kings and stuff, their volumes kind of drop at the beginning because of COVID. People weren't going, so you might not have as many blenders this past season. But once it gets hot, you get a bunch of them. And then normally, after they run through a real season, when it slows down like this, a lot of them then would send them out to get them rebuilt while the season is still low. But right now, it never we never really got into the blender season because COVID forced them to have the restaurants closed. All right. Um, where the school principal at tonight? Yeah, they'll be back here Wednesday. Let's see. Uh, uh, okay, I'm reading some of the stuff realtor credit is talking about. This thing, I had to get, I had to teach this young guys this all too. Also, this is something that this realtor credit guys asking. What if if the customer complains about the labor cost being too much? Who fault is that? It's the cost of repair is the cost of the repair. It's not your job as a service company to make sure that they can afford to have your service done. You got to know who your customers are. I was talking to the young guys today. They wanted to go out and get some front load washers and dryers and flip those. And I was telling them, I said, the front loads, you don't want to flip those if you're going to be flipping. I don't want to flip those. The reason why is because if you got to give a warranty on those, if something goes on that expensive front loader, if you got a control board, the motor, if the motor control board goes bad, that's several $100s that you got to pay to fix that motor control. Um, uh, in order for you to price that machine properly, you have to price it at about $400 to $500 for them to actually to buy it and then have enough fluff in it so that if one of the control boards go, you don't lose no money. You can go buy the control board, fix it, and still make money. So now you're gonna start going up against what we call price compression. When you start putting it up at $400 or $500, you start bumping up to almost a new machine, and then you're going into a different customer. The customer who's coming to buy a $150 washing machine, they're at the low end. They can't afford me as a service company. Um, they can come buy a used appliance, but they can't afford for me to come out there and I'm going to charge them $300 to put a heating element in their dryer. They can't afford that. So the person that this guy is talking about, realtor credit, if they're complaining about your prices every time you give them a price, you're not doing a good job of qualifying your customers. Your marketing is wrong. You're putting, if you start putting stuff like cheap, no credit check, and pay pick up now, pay later. You start putting out bait like that. You're gonna attract somebody who's broke, and the person who's broke coming to you, you're not gonna be able to charge them to come out there and fix their washer. They don't have the money, so you don't want to go there. You want to be going to middle and upper middle class uh, communities. Here in North Carolina, where I'm at, that's going to be houses starting at 250 and above. They're going to have the money to pay for your services. They're not going to care about the price. They want to know how soon you can get there. Price it, fixing it ain't no problem. They want to get it fixed. Mama stay at home and she got 2 or 3 kids, and the washing machine is not working. She don't have anything else to do but to watch those kids and wash clothes. That becomes her job now. Her job now is to make sure that the washing machine get fixed. So daddy don't care. Daddy want to go play golf or go get on his boat or go hunting this weekend. He don't want to be going out worrying about no washing machine. So he's working and he's telling her, just get it fixed. How soon can you get there? Get it fixed. So that's the stuff that you want. You start worrying when somebody asking about the prices and stuff like that. That's not your customer. You tell them to go buy a used washing machine. They go pay $150. They get a washing machine. It lasts them a year or two. They throw that away, then go get another one for $100, $150. The person that we're going to, they're not going to bring a used washing machine into their house. They don't know where it's been, especially now with COVID. They don't know if it got roaches. They're not going to have it in there. They're not going to do it. So you don't have to worry about that. And that's another thing too, because we think our situation is like everybody else. And once again, realtor check. I can about tell you must be an African American. That's the first thing we say. It costs too much because we're thinking about our financial situation, and the people that we know financially don't. They care more about money. We don't. The people that we're going to don't money doesn't really bother them. And you start talking to some of the people who came through Appliance Boot Camp who have their businesses now. They'll tell you when their truck break and their service van break, they don't care. Fix it. No, it used to be no. Your truck break down or whatnot. You know they tell you the price, and you say, I don't know. Can you make it just run till next week or something? No, now you want your truck fixed so you can go. And that's the way they are. Just, hey, yeah, that's the price. Go ahead and don't call me. Just fix my truck so I can get my truck back and go do what I got to do. So that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Uh, yeah, they kind of helping him out. All right, we'll get through some of that. Oh no, no, I'm not going to retire before the hands-on class. No, I'm going to continue doing this. I'll always continue to do this. Yeah, there's a lot of people that flood you with work out here now. Okay. Let's see. They got some networking going on. Jay Real, the principals are thoroughly brainwashed. No disrespect. Nah, that's the thing that afterwards we actually sat down and we actually really talked, and we was able to talk off the record, and from there they know that it's some problems there. Like I did not know that their performance and stuff is they measure the kids coming in to high school, and then when they and the percentage of people that leave high school, they track them to see how many people enroll in college. And you got to have so many people enroll in college when they leave high school, and then from there they track and see how many years it take them to graduate from college. So not only do you get punished for them not going to college, you also get punished for them not finish college in 4 years and stuff. It's all tied into the education. We've been saying it forever that they've been pushing people down here, down that road, education. And it got people thinking the only thing they can do, they have to have an education. They have to have an education. And the thing where they say, um, uh, I've had many people tell me that I couldn't have got this job if and I think it's funny. I have people come here. They come here and we talk personally, privately and whatnot. They might be having a situation, and the situation is most of the time their job is not paying them enough to service all their monthly bills, and they're wanting to they want to come do something like this, but they just got too invested in the education, and they almost as bad sometimes as somebody playing the lottery. They're just thinking the education is going to pay off. It might not be this year, but next year something's going to happen and it's going to pay off. They keep thinking that. So what happens? They come here, and I tell them, you don't need to. Why you gonna go? Their mindset is they're gonna go back to college. I'm like, you ain't paid for your degree you got now. Why you gonna get more debt? And you ain't gonna make but $3,000 or $4,000 more. I said you could come here to Appliance Boot Camp and start your own business, and I can show you how to. You can go out here and do service calls, and I just showed them. I said you can step away. I'll show you how to make 97,000, 100,000, and then I can show you how to double that in 30 days. If you once you get one tag, it's easy to add the next one. I can show you how to double that, and you get now you don't get yourself $100,000 a year raise in less than 30 days. I can show you how to do that. No, I'm going to do with the education. Why? I said it's no good. Well, if I didn't have my, this is what they tell me. If I didn't have my degree, I wouldn't have been able to get the job that I have now. And the young man said that the other day too. But they hate the job. You got a degree to do a job that you hate, and so I don't know. I don't know. Like I say, they start off early on indoctrinating people that they have to go. They have to go. And now, good Lord, I don't know if y'all saw the news, but now, probably not on the news nowhere else, but here locally, they found out that in the university system, Duke, uh, University of North Carolina, Appalachian State, all these predominantly white colleges, they had a drug ring going on where they were shipping drugs from California to all the different. If this would have been Omega Psi Phi, Alphas, Kappas, if we were doing something like this, It'd been all on the news if it was North Carolina A&T, if it was North Carolina Central, Southern, Jackson State. If we was doing anything like this, it'd be all on the news. But anyway, they had a huge the fraternities and sororities at these universities. They got a huge drug ring where they done made millions of dollars. The feds done came in and pulling 30 and 40 people out. They had a drug ring where they were shipping stuff through the mail to the different sorority houses and stuff, and then they have distribution centers and all that on the universities. So that's what you sending your kids to. You sending your kids to do stuff like that. And they don't show it on the news and stuff, but it's everybody talking about it. Everybody talk about how bad Durham is and Few Gardens and stuff. They won't move in half as many drugs as they were moving over there on Duke campus, and they're moving on UNC Chapel Hill and Appalachian State and whatnot. And that's just the ones they told us about. Um, how long did it take for you to pay off your debt, and what method did you use? My debt, the debt that I had when I first got started, I didn't really have any debt coming in. Like I said, coming out of college, I was one of the last generation where my parents could pay cash for me to go to college, and it won't be like $1,500 a semester back then. So it won't much. Your parents would pay half. They'll pay $750 at the beginning of the semester, and then at the middle of the semester they had to pay another. They signed what we call a promissory note, and then at the middle of the semester they'll pay another 750, and you go. So what happened? Your dad will pay 750. He go to work and he working overtime and stuff, and then one day you get ready to go to the cafeteria. You give them your lunch card, and they come back red, and they tell you can't come in to eat. Your parents ain't paid the bill. You go call your parents. They say, "Hey, Dad, they said you ain't paid. You have to wait the next week." So you don't get the no. So then you got to start sneaking in the cab for about a week or two. Then your dad, when he get paid, he'll pay the other 750, and you went on. That's how your parents paid. They paid half. You could work and pay your way through college. Now college, 1 year of college is more than it costs more than what most of both your parents combined make in a year. So they can't do it. So I didn't have no college debt coming out of college. The only time I got debt one time, I had a bunch of lawsuits because we flooded a bunch of kitchens, and I had close to 100,000. And how did I do it? Like this, I went out there and like I say, applying. It didn't take long. It took me about 2 years. It took me about 2 years to jump in, and appliance repair. Uh, appliance repair. It kicks off where I was making maybe $4 or $5,000 a week. I was in the truck by myself at that time. At that time, I was just teed off. I didn't want no subs no more. I said I'd never have another sub. So I jumped in the truck, and I was going out there, and I was sending them one, two, $3,000 a week. As soon as a lawsuit pop up, 10,000, I'll pay it off. Keep moving, 3,000 paid off. Just paying. I was having to pay my insurance company. So what I started doing, I had the insurance company. Whenever they call, the insurance company was going to drop me. I say, look, I'll pay for the repairs. Just send the adjuster out there to get me a good price and get in between me and the customer. So they would send the adjuster out there. The adjuster will tell me what the price should be, and then from there, I'll pay the insurance company, and then they'll give the money to the people. And that's the way we done it. And I was paying $2,000 or $3,000 a week. But at the same, I'm not saying I went broke. That's the time I said I went broke. But even though I was broke, I went back and I pulled up some of one time I done a show and I went back and pulled up my old bank accounts from about 15, 20 years ago. Back in the days when you had no, now you can just take a picture or you can put it in an ATM. But back in those days, you had to go and actually go make your deposits, and you had checks. It wasn't direct deposits or anything like that. But I went and done a show where I pulled up one of my old bank accounts from 15, 20 years ago when I was in the middle of that. And you could see that every day I was bringing in $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 per day. And then you could, what I would do, I was using my 5 banking account method. I'll go ahead and I take my 15% for taxes, 10% for profit, I was taking 20%, 25% for my owner's pay, and whatever I had left, hey, I was paying that to pay off these lawsuits. I paid it. I paid off 100,000 in about 2 years, and after that, after I paid the 100,000 off in 2 years, that's when I went back and I got my nephew. I paid for my nephew to go to Fred's University. Then he came to work for me, and then from there, I got I had maybe 7, 8, maybe 10 subs since then, but I never got a bunch of people like I had like that before. I always kept it. I had probably 10 subs to come through since then, but never had more than about 4 at one time. Since then, at that time, I had uh, I had I had electrical contractors, I had delivery people, I had appliance subs, I had people everywhere, and I'm out here trying to play a guitar and doing just hanging out, not looking at the business at all. So I got rid of all that, broke it down, built it back up, got out of those lawsuits, got out of debt, and and just from then on, I just ran the way I am now, just enjoying it. And like I say, I got that was like when that happened to me, I was probably about 33. Uh, yeah, I was about 33, 34. By the time I turned 36, I was back retired again, and my wife actually stopped work for maybe about she stopped work at that time too. For maybe about 4 or 5 years, she stopped work and didn't work for that time. That's the time when the kids were still young. When the kids went back to high school, she wanted to go back to work, so she went back to work. She still work now, but yeah, at that point in time, at about 30, I was 36. I was 36, 37. My wife at that time was 32, 33, and we both were retired. We could have done whatever we wanted to do. We still are. You pretty much can say. Um, yeah, you can't service everybody. Is not your customer, and you don't want everybody to be your customer. Uh, Jay Real, it would seem that after you explain to people the entrepreneur's way, they wouldn't push debt on others, i.e., school. But they still look at school as being a good debt. Some people does. They look at it as if you're making an investment. And like I say, like I was asking him, because if you're in an environment that have a lot of educators or a lot of people who deal with education, uh, when you go someplace, the first thing that people are going to ask you, so what do you do for a living? Where do you go to schools? Those are two questions that you're going to get asked all the time when you get around people who are educated. When you get around entrepreneurs and business people, a lot of times it's funny. I don't like I say I know quite a few millionaires, and we meet every Wednesday morning. Some of us. I don't know where any of them went to school. Nobody never asked where went to school. We asked how do you get how do you get started in your business. We asked that. Um, a lot of times we ask what book are you reading. We always if people ask what's a good book. You know what? Well, or it used to be that used to be the question. What's a good book you reading? Now it is what's a good YouTube channel you looking at now? So now you want to see who they looking at on YouTube and stuff. But that's what the questions is. Nobody never asked me where I go to school and this and that. And nobody never asked me what I do for a living. I wouldn't be able to tell them. I just say I own a couple of businesses. That's it. Uh, and then if I told them what business, I don't know if they really consider it a business. If I told them, oh, I sell ice cream, I got appliance repair, I got a appliance repair school and stuff. They'll look at I don't even think they consider that a business. Um, I don't think they will. Frank Evans, I taught for 1 year, went back to cutting grass. Now I'm doing HVAC and appliances and loving it. Yep. Yeah, it's hard to beat this. Honestly, it's it's hard it's hard to beat appliance repair. It's hard to beat appliance repair. It's hard to beat it. It's just hard to beat it. I haven't found anything yet to beat it. Matter of fact, Mike, how did Fred train your tech? Oh, they are good. Hey, I can't. I tell anybody, training your techs. Fred's appliances were great. They were great. Because they've been that's their specialty. They've been doing that. That's their specialty to train techs. If you got a technician need to get trained, yeah, Fred's Appliance University. They excellent. They're excellent at training techs. Excellent at training techs. That's their thing. It's hard to beat them in training a tech. I'll be honest. It's hard to beat them in training techs because that's what they're there for. That's their bread and butter, training those technicians, and it's hard to beat them. No, I can't remember the book, Gabe. He done a show on it the other day. I can't remember it. Um, but he done a show on it the other day. So you go over there, you can look the book that he had. He put it up there too. Go to washer and dryer money. He got it on there. He might be in the chat. Maybe he'll put it in. Okay, Jerome say he's afraid appliance graduate. Okay, that's good. Um, Charged up services. Worst thing about appliance repair is pay. Yeah, see that's the Eat That Frog. Yeah, Eat That Frog is by Brian Tracy. Uh, uh, what I'm going to say. The worst thing about appliance repair is pet hair. Yeah, believe it or not, it doesn't that doesn't bother me any that doesn't bother me anymore. That doesn't bother me. I had a couple of guys. I had one guy. I ain't gonna say a couple. I had one guy who came through here through appliance repair, and he said he didn't like it. And I said why? He said he didn't think he was gonna have to. He couldn't just lay down on nobody's nasty floor. Me, it don't matter. I go there to the clothes and stuff is laying in the laundry room. You go there and you tell them, hey, your clothes. They give you a basket. Just throw them in the basket. You pick them up, throw them in the basket, keep moving. Just slide them out the way. Uh, hey, that doesn't bother me. That stuff doesn't bother me. The pet hair and stuff like that. It doesn't bother me one bit, especially like I say with the money that we're getting. It's funny. I'm gonna say this too. We had I was talking to one of the alumni, and they're talking about bringing on here how far we have came in less than a year. Now this alumni, I'm not calling his name. Maybe they'll let y'all know later. But he's coming up on his 1 year anniversary, and he already has some subs and stuff. And we were talking, and he was thinking about bringing on another sub. He was trying to this one guy. He was trying to find a way to fit him in and whatnot. And for what the skill set that guy was at, he was looking. He said, "I'm not gonna be able to make but $250 off of that guy per day. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it." And I had to remind him. I said, "Man, most people don't make $250 a day, and you're gonna make $250 by not doing anything off of this guy." But that's where we had got to, where some of the alumni, and it's a good thing. It's not nothing bad. It's a good thing where you're looking and you know what's involved with being responsible for subs and stuff, and $250 coming into your pocket every day just wasn't worth the headache for him. He said, "Nah, it ain't gonna be worth the headache for me to have him." Because now everybody, you can make $500 off of a good sub. And so you get used to it. I can make 500. Like I said, I get 600. You can get $500-600 off a sub per day. And 250 ain't gonna be worth it. It ain't gonna be worth it. I'm gonna slide on them. So that's where we're at. And like I say, I still have to bring my mindset that because I talk to them. I know what I do. I know what the other entrepreneurs and stuff I run with. It's hard to actually sometimes to relate to some problems that they tell you that's going on. I had to ask somebody. Like the other day, I had to ask somebody. I had a lady that came in that wanted to rent one of my houses. So I told her she wanted to come rent. I said, well, what you do, you come here and I need to talk to you first. They were like, okay. So they came and no, I'm asking the questions. Where do you work? I don't work. Well, how are you going to pay rent? This is what she told me. She said, unemployment has gone up on their own. They have went up on their unemployment now. So she's getting like $400 or $500 per week from unemployment, and they extended it for I guess she told me 6 months to a year. I don't know. She said it got extended, and she said that's what she wants. She wanted me to qualify her to rent one of my houses off her unemployment. I said I can't do that. I said that's not stable enough. I can't do that. So then she said, I heard you got some more houses that you're renovating that's going to be coming up. And I said, yes, they are going to be coming up. How much are they going to be for? I said, I'm going to be starting off at about $750, $800 per month. But I said, the guy next door to me, he's renting and he's going to be putting some upscale in it. He's going to be done before I get done with my house. And I'm going to look and see how much he getting. If he talking about getting somewhere close to 1,000, if he get 1,000, I'm going to bump mine up to 1,000. And so she was like, well, no, people normally pay $400. I said they used to, not anymore. I said the rent's going up here. It's not paying that anymore. So then I asked her. I said, uh, do you have any money? Maybe go buy you one of these houses and fix it up now. Cause she was 58. I said, go buy your house and fix it up. Else you're not gonna be able to afford to live in this community anymore. And she was like, how do you buy a house? I said, nobody never told you how you buy a house. No. And it was at 58. She didn't know how to buy a house. She didn't know how to go get a bank account. Uh, it was just it was crazy that I was talking to her, and then at the end, here she is coming to want to rent a house from me. It made me laugh at the end. She said, God sent me over here for you to tell me this. She said she's been studying her Bible and she's trying to get in seminary school and she needs to be she wants to be a minister. She needs to be minister. And she's been called. Okay, y'all might think I don't. Let me say this. I don't have anything against religion and stuff, but I when you you when you sit here all day and you get a lot of people come asking for stuff, and you have rental property, you get a lot of sermons throughout the day. Well, anyway, this lady is she said God sent her to me, and she's gonna she all this stuff she was telling me. I said, okay, that's good, thank you. Um, can I have $20? She asked me for $20. I said, $20? I said, what you I said, you come to rent and you asking me to borrow money? She said, I need gas for my car. Uh uh I was like, what that got to do if me giving you gas to get in your car? Where you told me to come down here. I was like, you come to rent, but you told me to come down here. She thought I was gonna pay her to come down there to fill out an application to rent to rent an apartment from me. And that kind of threw me that was her mindset. She said because I told her to come down there that I supposed to pay her gas. Then she asked me, "Well, can you just follow me to the gas station?" I said, "I can't do that." I said, "I can't do that." I said, you're gonna have to start doing some Uber, some DoorDash, or something like that. You got that's another thing too. Um, you got to get momentum moving in the right direction. I was telling her that I was like, your momentum is moving all in the wrong direction. You're uh, her mentality was that because she now was trying to become a minister because she was having such a hard luck on life. That life had gotten so bad for her that she thought that her now reading the Bible and studying the Bible and stuff like that, that now was gonna make her life totally. It does have some effect on your life. But she thought that was all she needed to do was study more, and she was going and actually started giving feeding people during the day when she should be working. She was actually going down to the homeless shelter and feeding people, and she thought that that right there was actually going to make her life change, and she was now going to start to have, I guess, grace and mercy. I don't know what was going on through her head, but that's what she was thinking, that that was going to make all her life change and get rid of her problems. And I was telling her, true, yeah, that reading your Bible give you inspiration and stuff, but it's some other stuff that you got to do to change your life around, and that right there just is not going to do it. But that's all she knew, and that's all that we've been fed a lot of times to do. Nobody tells us, nobody gives us the blueprint like Appliance Boot Camp. Nobody, and everybody see, how, it's a simple process that you follow to start an appliance repair business. But nobody tells us those simple processes. It's a simple process to start an ice cream parlor business. Nobody shows us that. Simple process to start a popcorn business. Nobody shows us that. Uh, they give us books. They tell us to go to school. They don't know how to start no business. Though no, they great people. My friends, as principals and stuff, great people. They got a heart of gold, and that's one of the things I told them. I said, they really trying to make a difference in their school, and I told them it's useless. How are you going to change a system that you can't control? That system is putting out exactly what it's supposed to put out. You don't have no control of the system. You just a cog in that wheel, and you're gonna keep pushing out with the product that's supposed to push out. So nobody tells us how to do these things. It's simple stuff. It's simple stuff on how you do that. Nobody never shows us that. And that's why I was talking about the other time when people tell you step out on faith, and that's, yeah, that's great. But somebody got to tell you the steps of how you actually start a business, and people know it, and people know it. Everybody knows it, how they started their business. If they started it now, if somebody if you was chosen and somebody placed you into that place as a holder to actually to do somebody else's stuff, now you don't know how to start it. Like those, like, I gotta go back to the principles, like the principles and stuff. I keep telling them, y'all need to start an online school. You need to start your own online school. They don't know how to really start an online school, even though they run in somebody else's school, because they don't know how to put it together. Their mind, they don't think nobody pays for education. Um, I don't know, and I just don't know, and they just keep people, keep us thinking that you know, like I had it with my mom today. Her and I were talking, and 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 she told me, wow, she told me that God was so upset with America and the way people were acting and stuff, all the crazy stuff that's going on, that he put COVID on us. I was like, my mom and them, she they educated people. She went to college, but that's her mind. Uh, God put COVID on us. He was so upset with the country and what the world was going on and stuff, that he wanted to get people to come back closer to him. So he put COVID on us. And I'm trying to tell her, no, Ma, it was made in a lab. It just got out the lab. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. God done that. So same thing. Uh, she thinks God found a vaccine for them to go and do it. And so now she's under that. This is what they believe. This is what a portion believe, that God. I'm almost embarrassed. From my hometown, a large portion of people believe God was displeased with Donald Trump. That's why he put COVID out here. Now that he got rid of Donald Trump, God now is letting them come out and have a vaccine and whatnot. And and I have to go there and talk and talk about that. No, hey, God spared. No, like they want to meet for Christmas. They met for Thanksgiving. Now they want to do it again for Christmas. God spared us during Thanksgiving, and then let us get COVID when all of us met and ate. I don't think we should push it right now. Push our luck with God. That's their mind. It doesn't cross them that it's up to us to go here. It doesn't cross us that somebody that we need to be the doctors out there. We got to be producing doctors that go out here and actually study science, study business, study economics, and get away from just walking away saying, "Oh, God done it," and don't have to think about it. Take the hard work out of it. We got to be the ones start producing our doctors. It's a shame, and when you go out to these rural areas where there's a lot of poor blacks and a lot of poor whites, the county is just dirt poor out here in North Carolina, but they have 5 or 6 dialysis centers, and they got every poor black person and every poor white person you can think of on dialysis. Anybody and I grew up with nobody on dialysis. Now the whole community on dialysis, and you got some people who getting dialysis. They put the shunt that you put in your arm to go on the dialysis machine. They're telling some of these old people when they go to the hospital, they're telling them, well, you might have to go on dialysis in a couple of years. Let us go ahead and put the shunt in now, so when you need it, it'll be there. They're letting them put the dialysis shunt in their arms now, getting ready to go on dialysis. And I'm telling them, they're using us as guinea pigs. They have came to the conclusion that you are not worth that you're not worth saving. That they can test you and put stuff on you, and that they don't believe it. They don't believe it. They do not believe it. And it's ingrained. It's ingrained in there. When I go tell them that it's not that somebody invented COVID, I tell them I don't think I ain't gonna say that. YouTube probably kicked me off. I don't. If God out here worrying about stuff, I know pretty sure he ain't worried about who the president of the United States is. Like I told him, if he didn't show up when we was making that middle passage across the Atlantic in the bottom of that slave ship, worried about black people, he ain't sure. He don't care about no Donald Trump being president over you now. If he didn't show up in the 1800s and the 1700s when you was in the middle of slavery, he ain't showing up for no Donald Trump. Believe me. It's a lot worse. The country have gotten a whole lot better than what it is then. So if he ain't show up then, I don't put much faith in him showing up anytime soon. Because if he ain't show up then, this stuff that we got now is gravy. Matter of fact, life isn't that to me. Life isn't hard. It isn't to me. It isn't hard. It's just not hard for life for me. I have a great time in life. It's just not hard for me. But that's another thing too. This is the last thing I'm gonna get out of here. But that's another thing too. I like I say, you see why my family sometimes say I'm crazy. I tell them if what you're telling me in y'all church is so good, it's so good and it's so great, and I need to be there. Why every time somebody get up and do a testimonial, it's the saddest thing I ever heard in my life. Why all the songs you sing is saying about hard times and barely can make it. And just wait, your time is coming, your season comes. I never hear y'all talking about anything good that's happening. It make me not want to come. It's depressing. I don't want to come and be around a whole group of people and everybody's talking about bad stuff. I don't want nobody. I don't. And then the minister, he gets up there and try to scare everybody. Tell me about the good stuff that's going to happen. Like me, when I talk about Appliance Boot Camp, I'm telling you all about the great stuff that I'm experiencing. The little stuff that I've had happen, it doesn't even compare to the great stuff that I have that happened to me from doing appliance repair. It's not even a comparison. Just think to jump on a plane and fly out for an hour or two just to go test drive a car, and then get back on the plane and fly back in. That's a great feeling. I love that. I love that. I caught the train to one place, I caught the train, and because I wanted to see what it was like to ride the train. I was going to drive, but the train station is right behind the place. So I said, I'm gonna ride over here and catch the train. I went online, bought a ticket, caught the train to where I was gonna go, sat down, had a great conversation with people. They asked me, what you doing out here? Oh, I'm going to, it's a car I'm looking at. I'm going to go test drive. You going out there just to test drive a car? Yeah, I'm going to test drive a car. I'm going to catch the train back. I ain't feel like driving. I wanted to see what it was like riding the train. I had a great time. That's the stuff that I'm telling you. I don't want to sit around and tell you. If I sat here and told you all the bad stuff that happened to me, you say I don't want to do it. It wouldn't be worth it. But if I sit here and I tell you all the great stuff that happened, it's going to be bad stuff. Without no struggle, there's no progress. It's going to be bad stuff to happen, but it's not going to compare to all the good stuff that'll come through starting your own appliance repair business. You'll never get the feeling of what. I don't care what job. Whenever they paid me, I don't care what job I had. Whenever I got paid at the end of the week, it wasn't enough. I never got a check and was like, man, they just gave me. I take that back. I got one company that I got a contract with the other week. They sent me some money. I was like, man, they sent me too much. I felt like they sent me too much. But anyway, outside of that, when I went to go work, but I didn't work for that. I worked, but I didn't go do no 40 hours. Any job that they paid me for work, I felt like it wasn't enough because it wasn't enough to make it. But with appliance repair, when those young men put their appliances on Facebook and people start marketplace and people start calling, and that first couple show up and they get their money and they load it in the back of that guy's truck, hey, the light goes off and they say, man, I just made more money in 30 minutes than I've made working 2 weeks. And now everywhere they go, they looking for old appliances, something they can flip. You can't get that from no job. You can't get that from no job. I don't know anybody who got a job and couldn't wait to go back to work the next day, who stood up all night studying because they were so excited to go to work for their job. But you all coming here to appliance repair, studying all night and can't sleep because you're so excited about going to work on a dishwasher, going to work on a dryer. To the point that some of y'all study so much and y'all get overfilled with knowledge. This happens. It happens. It happens to me too. Because I'm overfilled now. I got to get some of it off about my last 2 or 3 weeks that I had going on. But you all study so much. I had OK call me. He studied a dryer so much that he overran himself with knowledge. He had to get it out. He had to call somebody and just talk about it, everything that he had found out about this dryer. And he hadn't even got there yet, but he had just studied so much that I got to call somebody and get this stuff get it off my chest because I'm overflowing with knowledge right now. And that's what happens. And to get to that point where your business is doing so well, and you in what we used to call playing basketball, when you get in the zone and they just keep feeding you the ball and you hitting everything. When y'all call me and say, hey man, my business is lighting it up. I got 2 or 3 subs. I'm going into another area. I'm doing great. Hey man, I just want to tell you, thank you. That you never get that in the job. You never get that in a job. I never had a job and I went into my manager or whatever. Yo, man, I just want to tell you, man, I just want to thank y'all so much for giving me this opportunity. I just love it. I never done that. I was you glad to get the job. A month later, you out there in the break room where everybody else mad talking about how bad this place is, and you're going to look for something else. That's the way it was. But here, man, it's so good and so great that I want to talk about the greatness and how great it is to be an appliance repairman and to be your own boss, to own your own business. How great that is to see your logo on your shirt, to see your logo going down the street, something that you came out of your mind, you created. It's almost like a child, and it's out there open and running. So that's the stuff I want to talk about. If I'm going to a church and you're going to sing all these songs, how I barely made it over, and just hold on. If you then gonna tell me if you ain't had no problems, just wait. They come all this bad stuff that's supposed to happen. I feel depressed. It's not. I leave there. I'm deflated. People crying because they sad and this and that. You just feel deflated. It draws all my energy off of me. It don't work for me. It don't work. It just don't work for me anymore. I can't go and listen to nobody gonna chastise me and scare me like they doing now. Coming up now, they doing the same thing. Coming up now, telling everybody gotta go get the vaccine, trying to scare black people like the preacher to go get. I ain't going to get shot for that thing. You want to go get it? You go get it. I ain't going. I ain't going. But they trying to scare you into it again. If it's so if it's so bad and people are doing so bad about it and everybody need it, it should be a line of people trying to get to it. The other day today I went to Victoria's Secret. It's a line out there all the way around the building everywhere. Hey, if COVID was as good as those Victoria's Secret panties or whatever, people be lining up to get it. Ain't nobody lining up to get no shot, and they trying to force people into. No, I ain't going to get no shot. You can do it. I'm not. I'm not going to go do it. I don't trust it. And they trying to on the radio. They got Ice T telling me to go. How the Ice T don't know anything about no medicine or nothing. Why the hell he gonna tell me about going to get a shot? He got some celebrity to tell me to go get a shot. It's crazy. It's crazy. And last but not least, I'm gonna say this right here. And then I'm getting out. This thing now that they're doing, because now we have a bunch of people. Uh, I have a bunch of people now where entrepreneurship is coming on, especially for African Americans and whatnot. Um, don't get fooled because I done called the radio station 2 or 3 times and tell them, can you please explain to me what is minority controlled and operated is? You minority controlled and operated. They say that after everything on the radio station now to play African American music. 97.5 minority controlled and operated. What is that? Mean y'all have people working here or what does that mean? No, trying to play on own and operate, controlled and operated. So they still haven't returned and told me what it is, but maybe I can figure that out. So don't get fooled by all these player words. Uh, yes, you're gonna have some bad times with this appliance repair. Any business and anything you do, you're gonna have some bad times. You're gonna have bad times. I don't care what it is. If you wanna date women, the joy of of getting if you're a man, and that's another thing too. If you're a man and you want to be with a woman, you're going to get turned down. You're going to get embarrassed. You're going to get things. You're going to get done dirty. But the enjoyment of once you do find one, it eliminates all of that. So the same thing with business. No, I ain't gonna say, oh man, I ain't gonna talk about all the bad stuff. You can hear all the bad stuff all you want. I'm gonna talk about the great stuff and tell everybody they should come. You should enjoy it. That's what everybody else, all other cultures do it. They talk about all the good stuff that you have to do. Um, I never, I can say, I can say, Abdul and them have never said hearing them say anything negative about business. Now we laugh about the mistakes and stuff we've made. We always laugh about, but I never hear them try to discourage any of their people to go into business. They always pushing them to go into business. Like I said, when those young guys was coming out of college and they had to before they could go work for somebody, they had to put that business together. And they would come there around their fathers and their fathers' partners and friends. They would come around on Saturdays, and those guys hadn't got the business where they thought they should be at, and they thought they were playing around. Man, you could hear them yelling at those kids like you saw that guy which was totally wrong, punch his kid for a bad football play. That's how they were on their kids about getting that business up and running, and they were serious about that. They were serious. Those kids were gonna have to get that business up and running, and all of them was getting into them and made them get it. And those guys got it up and running. They're still running, and then after that, they was able to move on. But they was making sure that those kids weren't gonna back out and not start no business. And because they knew the joys of it. Those kids didn't know. Those kids, they all they knew was they wanted to go to work and they wanted to go get a job and hang out like everybody else. That's what they wanted. But their fathers and their fathers' partners and stuff, and they knew that, hey, in order for you to survive here, you better start a business because you think it's bad now, but the joys that comes afterwards from it is you can't even I can't even put words to describe how great it is. I can't put words to describe how great it is to be able to own and operate your own business. I can't put it into words and to actually describe it. That's how well it is. So once again, uh, thank y'all for watching. And I want to I won't be here Thursday because of Christmas. I'll probably come back over the weekend. Everybody, if I don't talk to you before then, y'all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and be safe. And like I say, enjoy it, man. Y'all, all y'all, I know y'all got money. Enjoy that money y'all got, man, for the holidays. Enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm enjoying mine right now. I'm definitely. I enjoyed 2020 was a great year for me. I love 2020. Because of you all, I was able to. I feel comfortable of showing a lot. No, I still have not really shown the stuff that I got because I still feel a little embarrassed about it. But I am starting to come out because of you all. Now I'm really enjoying that we are making it comfortable for us to enjoy stuff. I am enjoying this right here. I am really enjoying being able to celebrate with people and celebrate and not it ain't stunting, but just celebrate. And I think this is what way it should be with us. It shouldn't be when people ask me how you doing, man. I'm okay. I'm barely making it, man. You know, we trying to get there. That type of stuff. I want to be honest, like, man. We doing great. We doing great. We doing great. 2020 was a great year. 2021 is gonna be even better. Like I say, we're gonna appliance boot camp. We just getting started. Uh, we won't do everything right, but we getting there, and we got a lot of people into the game, and we're gonna keep getting people into the game. And like I say, man, a great year, a great Christmas. This has been a fabulous year for me, a fabulous year for me, a fabulous year for you all. To see you all growth, to see you all, to see people who have became nationally known. Uh, all across the country, people know you all. You can't go. It's nowhere you can go into the appliance repair field and you not know they not know who you all are. I don't think you all realize how many people know who you all are. DCNF, Miss Ward, Slick, because we don't read 89 Dr. Funk. Everybody knows everybody in this whole field. Uh, Everybody knows you all. uh, no, and the same thing. We had Gabe come on. Everybody knows who Gabe is. Everybody knows everybody around here. And believe it or not, you all are honestly, you all are starting to replace movie stars. Honest to God, you are. You all are. I have honest. I say this all the time. I'm gone. I have our ice cream. Our store is right here off of Highway 95. Sometimes I stop in and out the ice cream parlor from time to time. I'm not here. It runs without me, but I come in from time to time. And sometimes when I stop in, I meet people coming off of the Interstate 95, and they tell me they saw it on YouTube, and they know we right in the middle of the United States, so I got people coming off all the time off this traveling on 95 just to come here to see Appliance Boot Camp and get some ice cream, and that's what they asked me. It's Slick coming through here today. I was like, nah, Slick live probably about hour and a half, 2 hours away from here. Is Miss Ward coming through? Nah, Miss Ward she down in Florida. No, how about DCNF? They think you all like close by, but yeah, I get that all the time. When people are actually coming off the road to come here, and they're looking for you all. They're looking for you all. So what I'm gonna have to do, I gotta get some pictures with you all, and so they'll know how you all. Now that you all are putting up YouTube videos, putting up YouTube. People know who you are, but up until then, when they didn't know who y'all look like, I said I'm gonna have to get some pictures so people know this is because we don't read. This is A9 Dr. Funk. These are who these people are that I'm telling you all. They are real people who have came through here. So I'm gonna start putting getting more pictures put out in the ice cream parlor and in here of Appliance Boot Camp of the actual people who have come through the alumni. So you all, believe it or not, I'm telling you all y'all became celebrities. Y'all have became celebrities in less than a year. And I'm telling you, you all have became celebrities. Uh, Look at there. Somebody said, Greg said one dude thought he was lying when he said he knew it. Yeah, I'm telling you. I am telling you, that's the way it is. When I've had some people call me and asking me about the alumni and stuff, and they can't believe they in awe. Not be talking about, they be in awe that hey, you know those people because they see you all on. I can't put it in words, but they be in awe about me knowing them. I told you they have surpassed. They have surpassed me. Uh, I go to other channels, a lot bigger, huge channels that everybody know, and they talking about Miss Ward. They talking about y'all, and I said, man, these people have y'all have really came and took this industry and have taken onto not just the industry. Let me get this straight. Y'all not just limited to appliance repair. Y'all have taken business. Y'all have taken business because y'all got real businesses. Y'all got real businesses that people are that you all are out here running, and they seeing y'all businesses. This other thing too. Coming up in these next couple of years, a lot of people are gonna have to get from behind this microphone right here. They're gonna have to get. You're not gonna be able to sit behind this microphone and talk business no more. You're gonna have to get from behind this microphone, and they're gonna want you to get back in the ring. You're gonna have to do a Mike Tyson and a Roy Jones Jr. In the old days, you can talk about what you done. You got to like them. You got to come out and get back in the ring and show somebody you can still do it. Because what's happening, people now, what validates your business is you actually doing business. They don't want to hear nothing about you talking and stuff about business anymore. They want to see you. They want to see you in action. They want to see you actually putting a business together. And you're not going to be able to actually sit here and just talk about it no more. If you're a business owner, the people gonna start demanding that you come from behind the microphone. If you're a YouTuber and you put something else out there, they're gonna want you to, hey, get out there and let me see you build a business and put it together, something that I can physically come out and actually touch it and see it. They're gonna want to see that. You're not gonna be out there be no you're not gonna be out there and just just talk about business anymore. Everybody, because what's happened, you all are doing business. A lot of y'all are doing business now. Y'all know that, and that's one of the things too. A lot of people, when people want to hear about the bad stuff, because everybody know. Oh yeah, we know you're gonna make some money, but how did you get out of this right here? No, how did you get out of this jam here? That's another reason why they want to see the bad stuff, because they want to see you go through that. They want to see you actually go through and get this stuff out. And you all, yes, start a YouTube channel. Terry Henry, you should, yeah, you definitely start a YouTube channel. Definitely start a YouTube channel. Y'all got followings. Y'all follow, and you all got businesses. All you have to do is just do. You don't have to think about what your channel is going to be about. You ain't got to think about it because you all are doing what 98% or probably 99% of the world wish they could do. Be in control of their own time and make their own money. All you gotta do is turn the camera on and talk about what you done yesterday, what you're doing right now. Just you ain't gotta act, you ain't gotta plan anything out. Just turn the camera on. That's all you got. Turn the camera on and let people see your life. People's lives are so simple and so boring. All they do is go to work, come back home, eat dinner, go to sleep. That's it. Your life as an entrepreneur is so much more exciting. It's better than anything Atlanta Housewives could put out. All that stuff. If just turn the camera on for a little bit and let it go. That's why it's so easy for DCNF. That's why it's so easy for Miss Ward. They ain't got to think about it. That's why it's so easy for Gabe. Gabe ain't thinking about what he gonna shoot. If, sometimes I'll be here and I just turn the camera on. I'm just gonna talk about what I done. That's it. All you gotta do, because you living the life. You living the life that everybody wish they had. We don't realize it because we're in the middle of it, but our lives is what everybody wish they could do. Everybody wish they could do that. Everybody wish they could do that. And just turn the camera on and just and like I say, especially Terry Henry, for us that actually, and same thing with WWHVAC. He has a great channel because all he does is just turn it on and just take you through a whole service call. And, and some people who wants to do it but don't have the nerve to do it, just being able to walk with him through that attic and go in there and fix it and get it, they feel like they have accomplished something. Same thing. I love doing electrical work, and I love doing when I come to a house and stuff that's getting renovated, when it's tore down to the studs and they got the dust on the floor, you putting it together. I love that. And when you go out there, Terry, and I see you doing it, I sat back and I said, man, I want to get back in the truck and go in it again. When I see you all vehicles, when y'all putting y'all vehicles together and getting the vans and stuff, it gets me excited, and I want to go out here and fix my van up. All that stuff that you all are doing, it strikes a chord with people because people know that's what they're supposed to be doing. Uh, uh, I'm serious. This right here, just doing this stuff right here, is what people are supposed to be doing, and they love it. They love it. They just love it. Just, just turn the camera on. Yeah, there you go, Greg B. Putting the oven door in, and Lord help if you if you ever done this. Put the oven door, got ready to put the oven door on, and it didn't go right. But the little clip that goes on the back of the door, if that come unhinged and the hinge go all the way back against the door, and you got to pull that hinge back and set it back again. Yeah, just show that. Just show that. Yeah, just show that. I'm serious. Just all that stuff that people like to see that happens. Just show it. And you all do great. You all do great because that's the stuff people wants to see. They want to see us in business, and they want to see they don't want to see me just pop in. They don't want to see me just pop in and I got a YouTube studio. I got a building here, and I got ice cream parlor. They want to go through the whole process of building it up and getting it up and running, and then let them come see the final products and stuff like that. But once again, I want to thank y'all again. This has been a great show. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I had a lot build up in me. Thank y'all for letting me run over and get it out. I've been wanting to just tell some of the fun stuff that I've done the last couple of weeks. I kept a lot of it under wrap. I told some people a little bit, but I still was a little bit ashamed of what I was doing. I talked to a couple of the alumni when I was doing some of this stuff. I still was a little hidden. And once I get my truck done, I got the boot camp, the appliance boot camp truck. That'll be done in a couple of months, and I'm getting some stuff done to the car. And once I do that, I'm gonna do like a show of the different vehicles. And I got my motorcycle. That's gonna be my project coming up. I'm gonna get the car ready to go do some races, and then after I get the car ready, I'm gonna then for the winter coming up, I'm gonna bring my motorcycle back in here and redo that, make that into my channel motorcycle also. So once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Have a Merry Christmas, and if you hadn't already, hey, join Appliance Boot Camp. You can have all this fun that we're talking about. I mean, great fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun once we can get back and travel and stuff a little bit. But thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all after Christmas. I'll see y'all